Greetings everyone, Rio Grande fan back here again with another ESU tutorial video. In this video I'm going to show you how to transfer bells from one sound file to the other. In the previous video we did horns, now we're going to do bells. So this video assumes you've already been to the ESU website and you've already downloaded the sound files. In this case I have 0746 an EMD file and 0575 a GE file. And I actually recently discovered this on a couple of files of my own recently, so this hopefully will help. Once you've downloaded the files and you've opened them directly, always open the ESU files directly into the LokProgrammer software. This also assumes you've installed the LokProgrammer software and you have the latest version, which is 5.1.6. We're going to click on the sound icon for both files. We're now going to double click on the bell in both files, which is sound slot 4. And this is a little new in the V5 files from previous. A lot of the files have an auto bell and a normal bell. So we have to click again into the normal bell to actually see the bells. Now in the GE file, all we have are steel bells. There's 4 steel bells. Over in the EMD file we have some bronze bells, some steel bells, and an E bell. Now in a file recently that I was working with, I did not have the gram-wide E bell in the file and I wanted it. So this is how I did it. We just simply select the line for the E bell, hit shift, and we're going to grab all 3 of the lines. This is a little different than the horns, but we have to make sure we get both lines and the box. We're now going to do a Control C to copy it and a Control V to paste it in. And we can make this window just a little wider because now we have to straighten this out a little bit. Going to maneuver it sort of where the boxes are close. You'll see the 2 lines are red, so we have to grab them and drag them, and you'll see they turn black once we click off. That connects them to the ends. Now you'll notice here we have 2 lines that end in true. Only the last one can be true, and it has to be true. We can hit validate and we'll get an error. We'll get a little red X here that says something is wrong. And it'll actually unreachable after transition 4. Right, because both of these can't be true. So we have to actually put a condition on this line. And it's going to be very similar to the condition above. Since this is now going to be horn or bell number 4, we start at 0 though. 0 is it does count. So 0, 1, 2, and 3. This is now going to be bell number 3. Technically, we need to make it bell number 3. So how do we do that? Well, if we click on the line above, you'll see that there's a group and there's a sound CV10 equals 2. So we're just going to do that here. We're just going to click this line. We're going to click the little plus, and we're going to actually put this in. So we need sound CV10 equals is already there. We're just going to type in 3. Hit OK. And now we see that that's there. We can click here, and now we see 0, 1, 2, and 3. If we hit validate, we should get rid of the little red X. Now this last one, you'd be wondering why it might not need to say sound CV10 equals 4, or like in the horn where we did greater than or equal to 4. Doesn't need it in the bells, and I'm not 100% sure why it doesn't need it. It just needs to say true, and it'll automatically understand that it's number 4, or a value of 4 will actually activate it. As I forgot to mention in the horn file or the horn video, to actually use this once it's written to the decoder, we would just actually set it to the next number. So this one now is bell value of 4, so it'll be CV, if we go back to the sound slots, CV 164 to a value of 4. And In the horn video previously I just did, we set a horn to number 12. You would just set the horn to number 12 to use that if you watch that video as well. But in this case we're on the bells, so the bell is now going to be bell 4. If we go back here, that's really all there is to moving that over. And in this case we didn't run out of space like we did the last time moving that over. So that's it. But it's only part of the equation because there's 2 different bells. Now if you're not going to use the auto bell, if your locomotive is a little older and the horn doesn't also activate the bell, then we're done in this case. However, if your locomotive is a little newer and it might have an auto bell, we're going to have to do the same procedure for the auto bell. And I would recommend doing this anyway, that way these match and it's going to be better for you in the end. It's not totally necessary, but it just does make sense to do it. So we're going to grab the 3 lines again, Control C, click over here, Control V, paste it in. We'll make the window bigger and move this up. Grab this. Now I'll show you, you can grab it from either end. Actually, maybe you can't. Yeah, I'll just grab it from this end. I always grab it from the end closest to the play or the stop button, and it turns it black. And that's that. Now, like we did before, we're going to have to change SV10 to 3, so we're going to add a condition. Sound CV10 equals 3. Okay. And now that's there. Validate, no errors, we're good to go. So that's it. And then again, to use this, in fact, you're probably going to want to do this anyway, even if you're not going to use auto bell. But again, to use this, you would just then close this, and go back into configuration, sound CV10 bell, change it to 4, and now you get the bell. You can also click on the sound slot here and preview it on your computer before you put it on the board. It should work. If it doesn't work, you can click back on the sound tab. You can open this back up and you can click on the simulator. I use the simulator a lot, and what this will do, you come over to your SVs, SV10, you make it 4, already is 4, and then you can hit the little play button here and it will actually play the bell. Hopefully that wasn't too loud if you're wearing headphones. I do apologize. And that way you can actually listen to it. If you change these values, you can hear different horns, different bells. SV9 changes the horns, SV10 changes the bells. And you can play with them using the simulator. When you're done, just click simulator again, and that'll turn it off. This video really wasn't meant to go into the simulator, so I'm going to end that part of it here, and we're just going to end this video. That's all for this one, and hopefully that helps transfer bells across sound files. Let me know if you have any comments, questions about it, and I will try to answer. And as always, enjoy your trains. Rio Grande fan out.